Hello everybody, this is Yatios and welcome to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. I'm basically just doing an impressions video of how this game runs. I've completed the game and I'm going to tell you all the merits, deep merits of this game. It has good points, it has bad points, like every game does. I will not give you the score, but I will tell you if I will give you the scores that the critics gave to this game. So, now the game, graphically, not too impressive, I have to say. There are some few beautiful parts of the game, but there are not many. For the requirements this game asks for the GPU, that's kind of sad actually, because it requires really heavy GPUs. This PC can't run the HD texture pack, because it's just a single GPU PC, but the reason why I'm using this PC is, if you look at the requirements on the Steam page, you'll see i7 3770K. This is an i5 that this is running on while even recording, and I'm actually never dropping below 60 frames. I did put it on VSync for safety's sake, because otherwise I do get screen tearing. The game provides me screen tearing, which is weird. So, this game, everybody that has looked up a little bit knows this is an in-between between Assassin's Creed and Batman. Now, both of the games have one big issue, and that big issue is the combat. And that's especially the countering one. And if you look at this is specifically the Batman part. It has a lot of gore in it. But I will also be showing you the graphic settings of mine. So if I go to options, sound, you can put everything differently. I turn up music for safety's sake. I don't know if it will get me flagged or not, so I turn it off anyway. Full screen, blah blah blah. As you can see, an R9200 series, so it's an R9290. Max FPS, did not put it on, but I did put on there. You can change the display area settings, so even if you don't change anything, it will still ask that. Graphical settings, it actually automatically found these ones, so everything's basically a max, but except this setting and the ambient occlusion. The ambient occlusion, for some reason, tanks the GPU a lot more than the texture, weirdly enough. But game settings, you can also do aim sensitivity. I am playing with the controller, as you can see. I prefer to play these sort of games with a controller. I'll have to be honest here. You can remap all the things. Pretty nice that you can do that. Controller mapping that you can't remap, sadly enough. They probably should have allowed you that. Okay. So basically, you can see the person here as a sword and what is supposedly called a dagger, but it's not a dagger. It's a broken sword. Because if you look at it, I can't activate it. And this is your other form, and that has a bow. And you can actually make those more powerful if you go to weapons and runes. You see I have like maximum runes on it. And those runes give you specific things. As you can see, double... Oh, might have to go with that one. As you can see, I do have... And you gain runes by killing captains. Now I'll be going into the captain area a little bit more in a bit. So, you see here, Sound's Army. Sound's Army basically means the captains. The captains that are blue are the ones that basically honor my command, which is supposedly done by branding them. If you take a good... It's not showing the branding, which is annoying. But as you can see, I own all watches in this area, also the other area. As you can see, there are power levels. This one I need to get rid of though. The Marauder, you're my next target. Okay, so basically, I will show you, I will go to like a mission, the Feast. And that's where I actually have to go up against a captain. Ah, I killed a spider. So, the combat mechanics is pretty straightforward. X to hit, Y to counter. That's basically standard Batman controls. Oh, this character is branded, by the way. And this is what you'll see once a character is branded. start a mission. So I have to interrupt this feast with this character, except. And then you always get like such intermission, which is kind of, after a while it gets boring.
Let's find out who can drink the most grog!
These guys are not orcs, by the way, they're actually uruks. There's a difference between the two. Oops, I made a mistake there. I have unlocked all the skills and all of that, so I basically have completed the game already. And this is a build I especially like.
Push him back! Man swine!
And this part I hate the
What do you
most.
maggots do with this intruder, would ya?
You always get
Trying to
this when
drink
you're
it.
attacking a captain. After a while it gets really boring because
Don't let up!
fuck my life.
Getting you flopped off!
Feast resolved, I basically disrupted the feast so he fled. And now I kind of have to go after him.
This is just one battle! You will lose the war!
I will show you how to brand one. Game. I would love for you if you wouldn't to not bug out.
Please let me have some of your water.
And basically you RB him, then you capture him, and then you see like you have a dominator brand. I'm just gonna brand him. When you brand him, he becomes yours. And if I go to details, you see him like here, and you see he fled. Okay. Then afterwards you'll see an animation of him getting branded. And basically means he's mine to control now, and only mine. The white ones, and these are unknown ones, they are not banded. Banded captains are actually pretty handy if you dominate them. You can actually see. I can command them, for example, to take out like an other orc or something, but not only those that are not on my command, or become like bodyguard of a war chief. They're all called elite war chief. Okay, did not know that. Okay, so you can death threat somebody, so they, if it's for example a war chief, you will have all these bodyguards always within them, and you can gain intel. Like for example, let's get intel on this one. So I know who it is now. I will know where he is, and I will know all his weaknesses. And that's how you do it. You can either decide to kill or dismiss him. I dismiss him because he's under my control currently. But what happens if you do not have such a mission to do? Well, let me show you. I will quickly go after the guy, if I know where I'm at. Okay, it's very easy for me to get there. It's not that far. I just need to go through this area. And this gives you health in the game. Hunting flowers. Now, my biggest problem is also because I am quite knowledgeable in the Middle Earth stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I see here that does not befit this region at all. For example, pipeweed does not grow. Does not grow in this region. Okay. I still need to find him.
But the Grave Walker tries to use some of his witchery on Grab. She things will work on a beast like
The
that.
Grave Rider is, by the way, my character. My character is actually kind of immortal. Now, it shares his body with a elven spirit, but I cannot go into details who that is, because if you're still wanting to play this game, I would be spoiling it, and it is kind of the main thing of... It is kind of the main story. It's not this guy, it's the elf that's the main person of this story. This guy is just some sort of vessel for it. Let's just say it like that. Now, the climbing in this game, it is Batman-esque / Assassin's Creed. It works from time to time well, but sometimes it's really pretty horrible. Especially the messing up where you're going. Get wrecked, scrap. Okay, so... I still can't find...
After a battle, I need food and grog. Instead, we get nothing but a lot of noise from the boss.
Oh, there he is.
All rock.
There's the meat murderer. And I'll go show you what happens if I go after him now. I'll have to take a look again at his weaknesses, because most of the time you would want to exploit his weaknesses. Now the problem is, some of them can easily be killed by some weaknesses, but you don't want to do that. Not if you want to control a captain. You might want to make him flee so you can instantly grab him, because you can't instantly grab captains. Thank God for that, otherwise the game would be certainly too easy. Now the AI in this game, I'll have to say, is pretty dumb. No matter what people say, the AI is utterly retarded. Okay, damage. Now this one is gonna prove to be a little bit more difficult than the normal ones.
Give me one good shot, because one good shot is all I need.
Time to brutalize this guy. For the main reason this. So I can instantly do my combat finish on him.
There's plenty more Uruk where I
Otherwise
come from,
it's gonna take a long time to get him done, because he also has his shields. The shield allows him to block you, and so you basically can't, most of the time, not vault over them. See?
Down, maggot!
And again, it has the same issue. And see, my one captain that normally helps me is now helping me. Okay, this is utterly retarded.
Stop with the bloody eggs! Stop him! What have you look?
The game is pretty violent, as you can see, but it's still also pretty easy though. No, I did not say attack him!
Clear off! You're useless! I can't believe he struck! Laid low by Gondorian filth! End this!
Oh no. Oh, it allows me to do this, that's new. Normally it does not allow me to do this. Normally I have to do like a quick action, like you have in Tomb Raider and stuff like that. That ruins this game entirely, in my opinion. They've done horribly wrong with that one. And now basically, either you can decide to keep on fighting here, or you can decide to run away like a coward. Normally I would run away. Oh, and that guy with that green above his head, that guy can bring intel. So
Clean out your ears! You're always hearing things!
as you can see, the combat is pretty straightforward. Same as Batman with all the combos and stuff like that, which Assassin's Creed does not have. The combos kind of make you sort of OP, but then again, also in sometimes quite necessary to use them. Because I've come across times where if I did not have a combo, I would have been killed. As you can see, once you unlock the combos, you kind of become really OP. Okay, that was a weird bug that I've just seen. First time I've seen that one. And this is basically what you do the entirety of the game. You slaughter Uruks, and that's about it. And he's my man now. You're not gonna attack my character, you fucking asshole. Why would you do that? So, yeah, that's what it's all about. Of course, the main quest line, I'm just gonna spoil it a little bit. Just a sort of another revenge quest line. That's the majority of the games that is always out there, and it's not gonna change anytime soon. Kind of lame in my opinion, but not much we can do about it. So you can basically like rampage on cross of this. You can also have these ginormous beasts, they are called bugs, which you can also ride on. And basically what a raid also is basically an immortal being that is not dead nor alive, yet lives in a world. For if you know anything about the Middle Earth thing, about Lord of the Rings, you would instantly, the best thing to think of a raid is the raid world. Think of Nazguls. Nazguls live in the raid world, yet are not raids themselves. They are quite an exception in that regard, but that's the most prime example I can give you in this regard. So yeah. Now, could this game have been a lot better? Yes. The problem is with this game is it gets really repetitive really quickly. It is way too repetitive for its own good. And that's the problem with this game. It has some new mechanics in it, like the branding of the enemies, but it does not really do anything. Okay, they help you in combat, sure, but the warlords you never see, you have to summon them, and it does not change anything. It's like, you could have used them a lot different. And the maps are really tiny, and as you can see, the graphics really not that impressive for PC graphics. Especially if you know like a game like The Witcher 2 and stuff like that, which looks a lot better and is yet way older. I find this to be pretty pathetic, to be honest. Ooh. I've just solved my hunt. Is he going after me? What is that noise? My Karagon killing you, you idiot. Bye. So yeah, you ride all around a lot, but there's not really much to the game. It's a lot of fighting. The missions require stealth, which is the weird part, because you could easily defeat them in droves. I've done before in Strongholds, like, oh yeah. It's like, yeah, sure, let's warn our brothers, and they still get killed. And stuff like that. The most challenging thing, the warchiefs are most of the time not even the most challenging that I've encountered. Some captains gave me a lot bigger hassle than warchiefs. Most of the time the warchiefs are also pretty weak compared to the captains, but let's not get into that. So, yeah. It's like you can have forge towers, you have like missions, but they're always the same. You have like, I think 4 different missions and that's about it. You have like a few collectibles, sure, but not enough to keep somebody busy with the game. It's like, after 2 days of gameplay, I'm utterly bored of it. I actually already was bored of it after I had to ban like a bazillion nukes already. Because, damn, they really like the banding system a little bit too much to my liking, but I guess we'll have to look for that. Hehe. Flamio! So, would I agree with the reviewers that gave this game a 9 and stuff like that? No, certainly not. What also annoyed me a lot with what Warner Bros. Did was, for reviews to get their hands on the game, you had to do placed advertisements. No, why the hell would you do placed advertisements? Doesn't make sense. Oh, let me summon a warchief, by the way. I can summon my warchief here.
Got that right. He's a tough man.
So now I'm summoning the watching. So, and that's pretty horrible in my opinion for them to do. And they should get punished for that too. So, but the biggest thing is with this game is, okay, it has some new mechanics but poorly executed, and then it has the other mechanics which also need to be done a lot better.
Didn't have to kill him over it.
Let's see if I can actually use him to take out some boys. How powerful is he? Only power 12. Is this somebody? I'm actually gonna take a look at this one because Riot's things I can't really remember well. We'll have to take a look at Riots. Let's fast up to Forge Tower because not much else left to do. So, okay, basically, let's go to the Forge Tower.
Spear's obviously the best weapon. You got
now,
reach and you got
I would not agree with
What
an
else
eye.
is there?
I would not rate the game myself. Not at all. The game has its problems, sure.
There! I see it! Wait!
But for people that which are not used to games like this, okay, sure, it might be fun, but for people like me, a lot of that the story is stuff like that. This game, you will hate this with a passion. I will never dare say that this game, at its current price, it's not worth the amount of money. I would say maybe 50% off or something like that, but further, no. As you can see, I actually completed everything. I haven't done all of this. So you can see you can do all these unlocks. I did do this. If you want, I can show to you what it shows. This is basically what you get.
Nani here gelar
And this is what you see
Mordor.
here.
Ivab
Calamendor.
gelebren Iachotha
That says this.
Ivorn. Tridiol.
The Calamendor, if anybody knows the Middle Earth lore, is the Ringmaker. He is the Ringmakers, actually, because the main ring, the One Ring, was made by Sauron, perfected by Calamendor. He made all the other rings, the one for the elves, the one for the men, and the one for the dwarves. That was Calamendor, the best craftsman to ever have lived. So, he's also seen as a Bright Lord, one of the two. So, yeah. But, did I enjoy this game? I enjoyed it a little bit, but it could have been so much more. And that's what saddens me a lot. But if people really want to test it out, if people really want to try something they haven't really tried before or something like that, okay, be my guest. But you will most likely get bored of it real quickly. There's no real replay value to the game. So I would still say wait till it's on sale, then get it. Do not buy it for the graphics, because there are way better looking games out there. I'm not gonna say it's the worst looking game. I'm not gonna say that at all. But it could have been better. So, yeah, this is my impressions video. I know it's a tad long, but I've been trying to make you see some stuff. But without spoiling anything, which is really difficult because you can easily spoil in this game, sadly enough. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. This is Yatios, and I'm signing off.